Hey everyone, it's UnderMike 626 with the real SCAV for an emergency broadcast of Widener's Weather Wagers. How you doing, Sam?
I'm good. You startled me with your text, and I was like, all right, let's do a real quick video here. So I'm happy to be here. I'll put up that information at the bottom of the screen. Follow Under Mike and add his alerts. Follow me at TheRealSCav and subscribe to this video at YouTube. Widener's Weather Wagers. Subscribe, like, comment. We'll interact. Mike will definitely interact. He might not be sober, but he'll interact.
Yeah, so I know we talked on the Tuesday episode. There wasn't really anything exciting in the weather world. Everything was kind of missing all of the games. Then I found out that there's the good old FCS.
Yeah.
And I stumbled across it on DraftKings in one of their pools, the Holy Cross game in good old Worcester, Massachusetts. And I checked that forecast and it's not looking too good. It's they're looking at about, I'd say, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds throughout the day. They're looking game time.
What's that wind? 20 mile an hour plus?
Wind, yeah, it's looking like that. There's going to be a few hours of pretty good wind and rain coming through, and it looks like right now it's going to coincide pretty much with the game time. Even if it's off an hour or two, it's still going to be, I think it looks like a good portion of the game is going to be in pretty shitty conditions. So that's a red flag for me. It's something I got to check, and I'm like, Sam, do they post lines for these games? I don't know. I don't see anything.
If they play it, you can bet on it. Believe it.
So I kept looking. I mentioned something to you yesterday, I think in the morning, and I'm like, all right, we got to keep an eye out to see a line on this. And I was checking probably 10 times throughout the last 2 days and saw it finally pop up on FanDuel in there.
Yeah, FanDuel was big on putting up the FCS lines.
Yeah.
Generally, they're not out as early because, A, there's not as much demand, and B, they need some time maybe to sharpen it up a little. But, so with that weather, interesting. So it's 59.5, the total.
Yep.
Which I was taking a look. So I think both these teams do have potent offenses. They can definitely score, but I think some of it's skewed a little bit because both of them recently played Fordham, who plays a lot of high-scoring games. So if people look, they're going to see a Fordham like 52-42 score and like 55-52 type score. And with this weather and the way these teams may be forced to play, I think there's a couple things in play here. But I think knowing, now what we know about the weather, I like something myself. I know, obviously, I think you're going to be on board for your normal.
We're going under. We're going under, Sam.
There it is. I can officially place it on the board there. Under Mike, under special. Holy Cross versus New Hampshire, 59.5. There it is.
There we go. So and that's one of the points I brought up in one of the other videos, with those smaller fields too. They're wide open. I forget the name of this field, but I looked it up, and it's a small field. They don't have a big following. It's a small school, and the wind should be whipping right through there. It could get a little muddy. We'll see, but I'm liking it. So under 59.5.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what I like here. And
yes, please.
You know what? Even without the weather, I think I would be on this team and in the FCS. Holy Cross -7.5. So,
what do you know about Holy Cross?
So Holy Cross played earlier this year against Buffalo, a Division I team.
Interesting.
Now it did take a Hail Mary, but they beat Buffalo, a Division I team, on a Hail Mary. New Hampshire also played a Division I team. They played Pitt, who's slightly better than Buffalo, but I mean they're not like 50 points better than Buffalo. They're probably somewhere around 10 to 14 points better than Buffalo. Pitt beat New Hampshire 77-7, I believe, something crazy. I'm not convinced that these two teams should be this close of a line. When I looked at this game, I was thinking maybe 14, and it's 7.5. Holy Cross is undefeated, and they have they can run the ball. That's what I really was looking at. They can run the ball from their running backs. and not just one, multiple, and their quarterback can really, take off and move the ball on the ground. And I think in a game like this, if it gets, sloppy, it helps having a quarterback that's mobile and can move the ball with his legs too. So I really like Holy Cross here. I think New Hampshire, I'm surprised it's 7.5. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm wrong many times, but I'm going to make Sam's official pick.
Oh, there
Holy
it is.
Cross minus 7.5.
All right.
There's the Sam's pick. And then we have Mike's under 59.5. All due to the rain and wind at 20 plus miles per hour. So no, I mean, this was a good idea. I'm glad hey, UnderMike looks for unders in any situation. I'm sure, you'll reach out in the spring when they're playing like USFL and you're like, there's a system forming, this
Forgot
game.
about that.
Yeah. USFL, XFL. I mean,
these games are the ones that I really like. And I played a couple. I remember a couple of years ago, it was Muhlenberg College. There was a line out. It was, I don't know, some championship game. And there was a snowstorm coming. The line was like 66. It ended like 60. I mean, I put a fairly significant wager on that one. It got a little close at the end, but it hit. It was an under.
The Muhlenberg Mules, Mules.
Yes.
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 Yeah, they don't spell it as cool as our alma mater did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, that's what we're riding with. I'm glad UnderMike found some action this week. Action's important, especially for our followers. And
hard to go. I don't want to go a whole weekend without action.
No, you got to have something, and it's pretty normal. Like if you're at a party or something, you can just be like, "Hey, like, do you mind finding the Holy Cross New Hampshire game on the television? I got action down on this bad boy." Like that's a normal thing to say at a party, and then they'll probably say something like, "Oh, did you go to Holy Cross?" And then you can be like, "Yeah, something like that."
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know a couple people,
Yeah.
But,
so
yeah.
No,
and
you have anything else?
Out on these. What's that? No, I was just gonna say I'll keep an eye out on these playoffs because I looked at the other games. Nothing crazy right now. I'm gonna keep an eye on that Sacramento State game. Probably have an update later tomorrow on that. Some rain in the forecast, but this is the main one. This is what we're gonna go with, and I'll keep an eye on these games for sure throughout the playoffs there. And,
remember everybody that's watching this video, follow at UnderMike626 on Twitter and set it up on alerts so you get the tweets as well. And if you'd like, you can follow me at TheRealSCav and definitely subscribe to where these videos get posted, which is YouTube, and that's Winders Weather Wagers. Mike will put up a link a little bit later on this evening. We're recording this on Thursday night, so it should be up sometime Thursday night, early Friday morning, at the latest. So
yeah.
Thanks for watching. Anything else you have to say?
Nope, that's all. Thanks everyone, and see you next week. Keep an eye on Twitter.
Later.